All right. Sometimes someone met me and told me, Joseph, I feel I am lacking fire. I am not burning. I feel empty. The fire in me is not burning again. So I told him, why not borrow fire? And he was like, borrow fire? How? And I told him a story. Let me share with you too. When we were kids, for some of us who grew up in the village, we use wood to make our fire, and sometimes there are sometimes where you don't have fire in your house. Maybe there's no matches in your house. There are moments when the fire in our house or in our kitchen would just go out. Sometimes it's because the matches finished or the wood was wet. So in those moments, what we just do is simple. The solution is just for us to go to the next neighbor. We'll go to our next neighbor for fire. Now, they will hand us a piece of wood or a charcoal that was already burning. Sometimes maybe in our house, what we'll just have is kerosene. We'll just dip the fire on the kerosene. Then we'll go to our neighbor's house to go and borrow a burning fire from them. And when we're coming back, we guide it to make sure that the wind does not blow it off. Now, when they hand over that to us, we'll come back home. We'll use it to ignite our own fire. Now, borrowing fire meant that although we didn't have our own flame, we would still light our way and cook our meals because of someone else's fire. Now, in our spiritual walk, this illustration can be applied. There are seasons when our spiritual flame weakens or even seems to go out. We feel dry, discouraged, or distance ourselves from God. In those moments, we need to recognize that we may not be able to rekindle that fire on our own. We need to go to others, our spiritual neighbors, who are still burning brightly. Borrowing fire spiritually means leaning on the faith, prayers, encouragement of others when our own seems insufficient. Now, this is why we encourage not to neglect the gathering of the saints, just like the Bible said in Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25. When we come together, we share the flames of our passion, faith, and devotion. In those moments, those who feel cold and distant can draw warmth from those who are still burning brightly through their words, their prayers, or their testimonies. The beauty is when we carry that fire back home. It has the power to ignite something new in us. It can spark a revival in our hearts and reignite our passion for God. But let's also remember that the fire we borrow from others is not meant to be a permanent solution. It is a starting point, a catalyst. We must tend to the flame once we receive it, just as we would add wood to keep the fire burning in our kitchen as kids. Spiritually, we must feed our flame with God's word, prayer, worship, and fellowship. Also, while there is nothing wrong with borrowing fire when needed, the goal is to keep our flame burning brightly so that we too can become a source of fire for others when they also need it. The fire is not just for you. So let he who is burning ignite others. So once you're burning, you ignite others so that when your own is running low, you can also borrow from others.